This video is starting with one of two addendums that I'm adding after recording the main bulk of this in a much, much calmer state, at least. I just want to warn you in advance, this is not a happy update, and this is not me at my finest. Far from it. And I am so sorry you are about to hear the way I am going to go on about this. And I honestly can't express to you how embarrassing it is to actually feel so committed to showing myself in this light that I am actually going to upload this as my 50th fucking video. Good going, Shay. But when it comes down to it, I don't feel like I have any other choice. Hello all. I'm really not pleased or proud to talk about what I'm going to talk about here. But I was hoping my 50th video was gonna be reading out people's comments. I've hit a bit of a snag in that regard. Right. Well, okay. I could beat around the bush trying to explain things without actually mentioning any details, but, you know, that's not going to get me anywhere, so let's try and start from a sensible point, shall we? So here comes the part that I am really not proud of. So as you might be aware, I don't monetize any of my content on here. Any videos with ads appearing next to them is not my doing. It's because of, you know, the copyright claim or... Do you know what the funny thing is? I don't even care how many times I'm going to say the word you know right now. And sorry if this is going to be a bit erratic. I'm really not thinking straight right now, despite the fact that I'm really trying to focus for the sake of this video, because this is a serious matter I have to talk to you about. So anyway, I don't monetize my videos. I don't charge for any of the content that I make. There are a few reasons for this. I mean, for a start, I'm a small tier person. I'm not really that significant in the grand scale of things. Long story short, I don't consider myself to really have the right to just so complacently expect people to give me money for the things that I do on here. Despite the fact that I really do put a lot of effort into this stuff, a lot of time and a lot of effort. Yeah, anyway, that's neither here nor there. One of the biggest reasons that I don't do this... One of the biggest reasons that I don't do the whole monetizing thing is because I am a somewhat less than capable individual. I'm basically on what's known as benefits in the UK. I think it's called welfare over in the US, in other countries. I'm not sure about anywhere else, but yes, I'm on benefits because for a lot of reasons, which we'll go into in a minute, I can't really hold down a normal job. Second addendum here, I would just like to add that if you honestly think I'm just a freeloading hippie that's expecting free money, then kindly go fuck yourself. This is one of my only options for legitimately bringing in any kind of remotely decent income that I can live off of, if you can even call that living, which, in all honesty, you really can't. Seriously. It's no way to live, but I don't have a lot of choice in my circumstances. If you can stash yourself behind a checkout, then fucking good for you. But here is the news. I'm not you. Sorry if that's overly aggressive or defensive, but I have to say that I'm absolutely sick and tired of the judgment. Well, judgment that's thrown my way from people who I interact with in real life, not across the internet. Do you know, it's really difficult to know where to go after you've just admitted being what I am. A somewhat less than functional freak with heavy cases of depression and anxiety. That... Do you know, I know a lot of people have these problems nowadays. I know a lot of people have depression and anxiety, and it can differ from person to person. But please understand that when I say I have these problems, I mean, it's not just a case of feeling a bit down or sorry for myself. I mean, this is a case of real problems in my brain that lead to real problems with my body. As in, just the two factors do not want to cooperate with each other half the time, and it just... Long story short, I'm a fucking mess, alright? Do you know, I'm aware because of how riled up I'm getting about this. I know that in light of everything that is going on with YouTube right now, you know, in terms of all the people being exposed, all of this, all the drama that is going on, all the self-inflicted drama. Oh God. Look, I know I'm stoking the flames here. I know that by doing this, I'm no better than any of the people who are actually perpetuating what is making this website worse and worse. But please understand that this is a case of really bad timing. This is a case of, while the world is getting into the state it is... While the world is getting into the state it is, my own life has gotten into the state it is, and I actually feel backed into a corner. You know, the people who take care of this whole benefits claim, they're called the DWP, the Department for Work and Pensions, and I consider them to be some of the most disconnected and fucking cancerous individuals I have come across. Actually, let me correct myself on that. I don't mean the individuals. I'm just I might be slightly misplacing my blame here. I mean the organisation, the system that they stand for. Point I was going with on this was I accuse them of being disconnected, yet here I am, just living out my own personal little soap opera in my own little world that is now being threatened by those very guys, by those very people. What? Okay, so I need to get on track with this. I know that I'm rambling and God, this video has probably gone on for more than long enough now. So, like I said, I was on those benefits. And while I was on those benefits, I've been spending my time building up my skills in this regard because I've found out I have a flair for this kind of thing. I'm actually doing well in this regard, and I'm trying to make a serious go of this. But recently, I had to go for one of their usual routine medical assessments, and surprise, surprise, despite there being no change... Oh God, I've already been over this. Third extra addendum. In my haste, I thought I'd talked about this twice over, but it turns out that I didn't. So a breakdown of this very quickly is that I've been taken off the benefits I was on that allowed a lot of support for the problems that I had, and now I've been stuck on the regular kind of benefits that everybody else who is unemployed gets put on. And in that, they bury you in a mountain of paperwork, and they expect you to dedicate half of your life, essentially, to their cause, and their cause is little more than pleasing their statistics. So oh God, you have no idea how much rambling is going to be cut out here because I think I've just repeated myself twice over. Oh God, I'm so scattered. Trying to calm down here. So here comes what happens next. If anyone else listening to this lives in the UK and you've dealt with job seekers allowance, or you deal with it right now, you'll know exactly how much that entails. You'll know how much they expect of you. I'm going through the process of appealing against this decision to kick me off the support that I was receiving and just putting me on this. But chances are I'm going to have to take that to court because... well, yeah, that's generally how it goes. I'm not expecting this to be easy at all. But I want to go for another idea. Over the past 3 years out of my 5 years of being on this support, and trying and failing over and over and over again to fix myself, I have spent that time on my channel on things like my DeviantArt page. And I have tried harder than ever to actually make myself a more normal and productive member of society, I guess. And now between having to dedicate all of my time, just about all of my time, pleasing that organization's precious fucking statistics and trying to sort out my appeal, that I've got no time for this. Even as I am recording this right now, I feel that time is ticking away. And that is one of the reasons why I'm so it's one of the reasons why I'm so worked up at the moment. And I'm not going back and recording other takes of this to make it sound more coherent or less dramatic, because do you know what? I honestly don't think I can do that right now. Just talking about this stuff is... You have no idea how fast my heart rate has been going for the past week now. So as you might imagine, because of everything else that I've got to do, it means that I don't have time for this. I mean, it pretty much means that I'm gonna have to stop doing content creation. I'm gonna have to give up my employment prospects for the sake of searching for employment prospects. I mean, do these people have any idea how fucking broken their system is? Here's how it goes. 5 years in a row, I've had a leash around my neck from 2 organizations. I have tried to fix myself to get out of this situation, and do you know what? For the most part, I have failed over and over and over again. Yet with content creation, I have found some form of solace, some form of therapy that has actually worked. I have been put on medication before in my life, and it has made me worse. I have been given counselling, and it has not helped. We have just gone around in circles, time and again. And now, my only form of moving forward, to me, the only thing I feel as if I have any chance at, any skill in, is being threatened, is being essentially taken away from me. And I got told by one of the people in that very organization, nothing is stopping me from doing what I want to do. How fucking disconnected can you get? Do you know what? Some of the people that work in that organization deserve to be on my side of that desk far more than me! I don't mind telling you that in the sound booth, this feels like it's going to be a long ramble. I'll obviously cut it down to be as short as it can be and to get to the point as quickly as possible. So here goes. That idea I had, I want to give a go at actually making my content creation a legitimate job of mine. I know how fucking stupid that sounds, especially from the insane ramblings of a dysfunctional moron like me. Like, the voice that you must be hearing coming through the speakers right now must sound like a fucking joke. And I understand that. Believe me, I am more than understanding of anyone who is not taking this seriously right now. But believe me, I am far from kidding about this. Here's how it goes. I have done one thing that I decided to hold off from for ages, because there's the whole, charging for content thing. But I actually did it. I started up a Patreon account. Oh, yeah, that sounds like, look at you, off the fucking rails. Please understand my position, that because I already can't get a normal job, and I already have the problems that I do dealing with the general public. In circumstances of, for example, being behind a checkout or stacking shelves. Because let's face it, that's all that somebody like me is really good for in the real world. Either that or sweeping the fucking floor for the rest of my life. However many years that's going to be if the fucking heart rate and stress don't kill me soon. Now, I've filled out the details. You'll find a link in the description, if you want to, check that out. I'm going to make this clear right now. I'm not trying to be dramatic for the sake of loosening your purse strings, despite the fact that unintentionally, I guess that is exactly what I am doing. it's not my intention, but the very nature of this video dictates that is my intention, and I'm sorry to come across as just being greedy in this age of bigger YouTubers fucking scamming and lying to the people they rely on for their income. Okay, trying to push how panicky I am kind of getting about just the thought of uploading this. Far from shamelessly, I might add, but that's neither here nor there. Pushing that aside, in this one instance, it's amazing. I have never asked for likes or favorites, or I've never asked for people to boost my ratings for me. I've never asked for things like that. At least, I don't remember asking for things like that. I mean, I'm sure somebody might go across my channel and prove me wrong, but as far as I remember, but I've gone from not doing that to absolutely begging for help here. And as outright pathetic as it is of me to just... as pathetic as it is for me to just present this little wine fest, I'm begging for any form of help and support that I can get to actually make this a living and help me get my fucking life together, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being this way, and I'm sick of being in the position that I have been in for 5 years now. Okay, so getting that unpleasant bit out of the way. Jesus Christ, I cannot tell you how embarrassed I am to just be falling apart in front of my microphone and actually having the commitment to upload this. Getting that out of the way, here's what I'm asking. If you follow me, then please. If you can pledge anything, then please, and thank you, and such. If you can't pledge, that's absolutely fine, and I'm not going to pressure anybody to give something that they can't give. I would say that's unfair, but I don't think that quite covers it. I think more just stupid, or very, very, very dense would be probably a better way to put it. But if you can't pledge, then please, I'm actually begging you on this. Spread the word. Please, just share this video, or, give it likes to make it more exposed, or, oh god, exposed. Just, do what you have to do to help get this video out there. Because I'll tell you right now, this isn't the case of somebody feeling like they can try their luck with this. This is a case of, I feel like my back is up against the wall here. I don't know what to do. This feels like one of my only hopes to actually do something. Basically, I feel that I need to do this. So, the rewards for my Patreon page, they start as little as $1. At the very minimum, anyone who pledges to me, you get a mention in the credits of all my videos from that point. As long as you're pledged, or yeah, I'm a Patreon newbie. I mean, I haven't even got any Patreon patrons yet, so like hell, I know what I'm doing. There's a very extensive list of rewards that, do increase somewhat in terms of price, but basically, I'm not asking you to make yourself bankrupt. But as a 29-year-old male that is absolutely ashamed of the life he has lived and the way he has lived it, I am asking for help to actually be someone I can be proud of. I'm ready to be my own person, not property for the Department of Work and Pensions. And yes, you did hear that correctly. 29 years old, and he can't hold down a job properly because he has problems with his mind. The level of self-hatred is something you could not comprehend. You would have no idea. Okay, so after the amount of time I've spent in this sound booth just rambling away trying to get my thoughts in order, and not doing very well, I might add, I realise I've got a lot to go through and edit so I can try and make this coherent. somewhere in this mess of a video is an emergency appeal, if you will. Help me get my life together and help me get my feet off the ground, please. Just remember, if you can pledge anything, then if you would be willing to, then it's hard to express how grateful I would be that you would actually want to put an investment into my life. Just, wow. Yeah, but remember, if you can't, just please spread the word on this. Just do whatever you can to get this video heard or seen, whatever. Before I go, if anyone is still watching by this point, I just want to apologize profusely for how much of a scattered, overly dramatic, and self-indulgent winefest that this has been. Believe me, this is the complete and utter opposite of what I had hoped to display, of what I had hoped to present to you as my 50th video. But instead, you get to hear the ramblings of somebody who is pretty close to probably just a full-on meltdown. I'm sorry I'm trying to be so vulturous when I'm pretty damn small time. Anybody who could help me out in this regard, like I said, it will be hard to express how grateful I am and how much I feel that I don't deserve it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not just gonna completely sit on my ass and do absolutely nothing because I don't feel I deserve it. I mean, if I get given this chance, if I get given the chance to actually pursue the life that I want to pursue, I will work my ass off. My heart and soul goes into my ambitions and my prospects. I can guarantee you that. But anyway, that's that. I've now got to go and dedicate the rest of my time to pleasing the job centre, or whatever the hell it's called over in America or Canada or any other country for that matter. So, I'll try and give you occasional updates if you particularly care for that, but believe me, this is not me throwing in the towel. This is me having a faceless organisation trying to pry my hopes and dreams away from me with a fucking crowbar. To anyone still around at this point, thank you for putting up with this, and I am so sorry that you are hearing me in this state. Till the next video, folks. Or maybe not. And on the absolute final note, to those who have stuck with me and followed me, thank you so much. You mean more to me than you could possibly realize, and I am sorry to let you down like this. So, this is either see you next time, or see you around. Bye.